Okay, so let's go ahead and set up all of our weapons. As you know that we have already set up our first weapon, everything is set up. Now let's do our second one. So if I deactivate that one and activate the second one. In the second one we already have the M4 animator, so double click on it. As you can see, here it is. What we can do, we can now remove this idle from here, go inside the source, and in here we will find all of the animations. So if you check the weapon, as you can see on the weapon we have the scope and the suppressor right here. Okay, so we need to find the animations on which the rifle has the scope and suppressor. Okay, so if we check it out, as you can see this is the draw, and on this we have the suppressor and the scope. Okay, but if you see the second one, it has no scope and only no suppressor actually, so we need to drag and drop the first draw. After this we need the fire, so as you can see on this one we have the scope and suppressor. Okay, and on this one as well, and on the third one as well, but on the fourth one we don't have anything. So what we're gonna do, we can either add the 1, 2 or 3. So I will just add the third one to the fire, and we also need the idle. So if we see this one, this is the idle, so drag and drop it. Okay, we have the idle, fire, and now we need the reload. So as you can see, this reload has the scope and suppressor, so I will just simply add this right here. And if you want this weapon to don't have the suppressor and the scope, just remove it and select the animations according to that. Okay, so now once we have this, what we can do now is to create a bool by the name of shoot, and then a trigger by the name of reload. Okay, name this as draw, this one as idle, this one as shoot, and this one as reload. Alright, let's make a transition to idle, then make a transition from idle to shoot, then from shoot back to idle. Select the first one. In here remove as exact time, set shoot true, select the other one, and here set the shoot as false and remove as exact time. Okay, then we need the reload, so from any state we will make a transition to reload, select the transition, remove as exact time and set reload, and then from reload make a transition to idle. And in this transition we actually don't need to do any changes, just leave this as it is. Okay, so we have the animator set up. Now we can get back to the scene view. As you can see, animator is set up. Now let's click on the first weapon, copy this whole script from here, click on second weapon and simply paste it. Let's move it up here, drag and drop the animator. First of all, the camera will be as it is, and we need to change the fire rate to 8. The fire range for this will be 40. This will be a auto gun. The max ammo will be 30. Reload time will be 3. Okay, because I have already checked the reload of this animation. Okay, so it should be 3 for this weapon. Then we have the muzzle and blood effect, so we will change that as well, but first of all change the damage for shot to 60, and we need to change the sound effect as well. But first of all let's add the muzzle flash and blood effect. Okay, so if we click on muzzle flash, as you can see it shows the muzzle flash of the first weapon. So what we can do now is actually just duplicate this muzzle flash and then drag and drop it inside our M4, and then inside our weapon like this. Actually, let me check it out. The muzzle flash, it is right here. If we now drag and drop it again, okay, just drag and drop it inside the weapon. Okay, and when you do that, click on the weapon and drag and drop this muzzle flash, then click on the blood effect. Here is the blood effect. We can leave this as it is. We just now need to change the sound effects. So the audio source will be the same. Now we need to change the shooting sound. So for the shooting sound, we will select the player gun. Where is it? Here it is, player gun, drag and drop it. For the reloading, we will leave the reloading sound. All right, I think we are ready to test this out. Okay, I think both of the weapons were activated, but now if I press 2, as you can see it perform the draw action, and now if you shoot, as you can see, this rifle range is higher than the other one, and the shooting, the damage per shot as well. But if you notice, the muzzle flash is a little bit inside the rifle, so we need to move this a little bit. So if we open up the muzzle flash, here it is. Let me actually move it right here. If we play it now, let's select the second weapon. Now as you can see, here is the muzzle flash. Let's click on scene view. Here it is. Move it up here. Then in here, where is it? Here it is. Let's play it. Okay, it is looking good, but we need to move it right here, for example. And now if you play it, as you can see, it is playing it. And also, okay, first of all, before closing the game, click on copy component 2 times. That is it. Click on muzzle flash and click on paste component values. That is it. Now let's decrease the start time of this muzzle flash to, for example, 15 or 12. That is it. Okay, now if you play it, here is our weapon. Now if you shoot, as you can see, it is looking good. If you want, you can increase the muzzle flash size, but I will just leave this as it is. Okay, now you know how you can set up the rifle. Now let's do our third one. Okay, here is the M16 animator. Let's open up the M16 source. From here, first of all, add the draw animation and set this as default. Name this as draw. Then we have the idle, then the fire. Okay, and after the fire, we need the reload. So now from draw, make a transition to idle, and actually let's name them as well. Idle, shoot, and reload. Create parameters, shoot, then a trigger by the name of reload. Now leave the first transition, remove the as exact time and then leave it as it is. Make a transition to shoot, select it, remove that and set shoot true. Make another transition, remove that and right here set shoot false. Then from any state make transition to reload and right here set reload to true, then make a transition back to idle, select it and leave this as it is. Okay, then activate the M16 60 actually animator is set up. Now let's add the script. So if we copy component, click on M60 and then paste component as new, move it up here, drag and drop first of all the animator, change the fire rate to 10, fire range will be 55, it will be a auto, max ammo will be 100, reload time will be 6. We need to add the muzzle flash, so we can do the same as we did for our other rifle. Okay, duplicate it and drag and drop it inside M60. Okay, and that's it. Now if we click on M60, drag and drop the muzzle flash, damage per shot for this will be 50, and then we need to change the audio as well. So if we go inside audios, let's select the audio which is by the name of mix kit game. Okay, this the audio which we will be using. So drag and drop this shooting sound, and then for the reloading we will select this one. Okay, so click on M60, drag and drop this one in there. That is it. Okay, now we can simply deactivate it, play the game, and when we play the game the first weapon will be automatically select the second one, we can shoot using it. Now select the third one, here it is, let's shoot using this one. You can see it shoots but the muzzle flash is a little bit messed up, so let's fix that. If you go inside scene view, there is the player. Open this up, select the muzzle flash, and we need to move this right here, then right here. Setting the muzzle flash is a little bit hard and such a headache. Okay, if you play it, okay, it is playing perfectly fine. Okay, now increase the muzzle flash size to 20. Actually, first of all, we need to copy the component before closing the game. So I will copy it 2 times, close the game. Now click on muzzle flash and click on paste component values. All right, change the start size to 20. Now let's play the game again. If we select the third weapon now, as you can see it is now perfectly fine. But we need to change the muzzle flash size of it. So if we select it, let's change it to 30 for example, okay? Because this is a big weapon. Alright, here it is. If we now reload, as you can see the player is reloading as well. Now what we will do with this, as you know the reload sound is a little bit shorter than the reload animation, so for this weapon we will increase the reload animation time. So if you select the reload animation right here, change its speed to 2. Okay, then let's play it again. Select the weapon. If you let's reload. Now as you can see it is matching a little bit, okay? And when it reload, it can shoot again. And when we are reloading, as you can see, it no more shoots, but when the reload is finished, you notice now it can shoot, okay? And this is because I have set up the reload time to 6, which matches the reload animation now. Okay, so now we have this last weapon. For this, what we're gonna do is we will activate it. Let's change into scene view. Here it is. First of all, now what I will do is click on M60, okay, the previous weapon, duplicate its animator, and then drag and drop this inside the M82, which is our last weapon, this sniper. Delete the M82 animator and click on rename. Name this as M82. Double click on it. Now as you can see, we have the parameters, everything set up. We just need to change the motion in this animations. So if you select the draw, then go inside the source of this weapon. Where is the draw? Here it is. Select this draw animation and drag and drop this draw in there. Now as you can see, it is M80. Select the idle animation. This is the idle. Click on this idle, drag and drop it. Select the shoot animation. We have two shoots, so I will select the first one and drag and drop it in the shoot, then the reload. So this one is the reload. Okay. Now the animator is set up for this one. Now we need to click on it and go back, drag and drop this in there. Click on the previous weapon, copy the shooting controller, click on M82. Right here, click on paste component as new, move it up here. First of all, drag and drop the animator. Then we need to change the fire rate. So the fire rate for this will be 1, since this is a sniper, so it will shoot a little bit slow. The fire range will be 100 because this is sniper and can shoot to larger range. The max ammo for this will be 30. The reload time will be 4.5. Damage per shot will be 100. We need to add the muzzle flash. So if you open up M60, duplicate the muzzle flash, open up this M82, drag and drop this inside the M82 weapon, then drag and drop this. Okay, we actually need to select the weapon and then drag and drop the muzzle flash. Then for the audio, if you go inside audios, for the shooting we will select the M29 sound. Okay, M249 sound, okay, not M24. For the reload, we will leave the same reload. That is all for this weapon. Okay, now we can just simply deactivate it, play the game. Let's select the weapon. As you can see, here it is. For now, we don't have the scope or anything, but don't worry, we will be adding that. But now if we shoot, as you can see, it hits that zombie. If we shoot this one, now as you can see, it can shoot as well. And if we reload, as you can see, it matches the reload as well. If we shoot that and reload again, as you can see, it can now shoot back again. We actually need to click on the animator. So let's stop the game, select M82. Okay, so click on this reload animation and make this as 1. That is all for this weapon. Okay, now we can change weapons as well. And with this done, let's end this video right here.